Warning: viewer discretion is advised when watching these videos. A lot of the content may not be suitable for young children. I advise coming here on the channel with logic and sound reasoning in order to be able to retain most of the information that comes off of these videos. Thank you for your time. Now let's begin. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Sirius at Sirius Center Temple Spiritual Network. We're back at it. We're doing another video today. I know it was supposed to be for yesterday, but I got a little sidetracked. You know how those things go. But I'm here now. That's the important thing, and we're gonna get some of these videos moving and rolling along now. So I got this video here for you guys, and we talked about the spliced orcs in certain situations. But this video is gonna be directly looking at them as the subject, and we're going to be going head first in on some of the questions that some people have about orcs and stuff like that. I wrote some of these questions down as well. A lot of these are commonly asked questions, and I wanted to be let known that what is an orc? An orc is basically a ogre. A lot like what you see on the screen here, like the one that's, you know, greenish brown, you know, with those fang-like teeth hanging outside of his lips, outside of his mouth. You know, they're very sharp and pointed in most cases, and they're very violent and territorial. And as you can see, there's many of them that appear that way. There are some that are different shades as well. They're very violent, vicious creatures. And then you have your goblins. Your orcs are your ogres, and your goblins are the next phase of orcs. Your goblins are the ones that they look like orcs, but they're a lot shorter in stature. They look a lot like if you look at right here where it says lore. You see the one that's right here? See that one right there? Yeah, and the one that's right here on the side, those are supposed to be goblins. So as you can see, the further along you go from ogre to goblin to spliced orc, you see that they're starting to turn more humanoid. They're starting to look more and more like the beings that are on our planet, your humans. Because this is the origins of where your Caucasians, Asians, Arabs, East Indians, and your Mexicans and your El Salvadorians come from. And your Chinese folk and all of them. This is where they come from. They come from a world called Nern or Tamriel. We talked about this, but you know, some people still have questions. Some people still asking what an orc is. So you know what? I'm gonna give you that. Okay. Now a spliced orc is your humans. A goblin is what is the step before human, and ogre is the step before goblin. So it's ogre, goblin, spliced orc, which is human. You understand? Okay. All right. Now we got a little understanding going on. All right. And there was many situations to where they changed and became what they became. When the ogres were on the planet called Nern or Tamriel, a man called Enki or Prometheus is the individual who is a carbon-dated man. You like to call them black people today, but they're carbon-dated people. We call them the Anunnaki or Anunnaki people. He is responsible, or otherwise known as Zeus. Yes, the lightning god. He is responsible for the ogres becoming goblins. Understand? And then the archons, which is your reptilians, some of your greys, and your, you know, some of these other insectoids and all them, they are responsible for your spliced humans. They got the goblins, and they spliced in 2% of our carbon genetic within their bodies, and they had to water shit down to be able to put it into their bodies, because any more than 2% would kill them. And this is how the goblins eventually ended up looking a lot more like our albinos. Like I said before, in our genetic as carbon-dated people, we have people that are albino, that appear Caucasian, appear Asian, and stuff like that. They may appear that way, but they are people of radioactive energy. They are people with a radioactive connection. They have a soul inside their body. They have a solar connection. Okay, all right, understand. All right, so they are not orcs, even though they appear to look like what spliced orcs look like, albino. But the reason why the spliced orcs look albino is because when the archons got their hands on the goblins, They wanted to create a people that would look similar to some of the people we have here on the planet. So when they come down here, we would look at them as friends instead of a potential enemy. And when they came down here, they started problems. But at first, they came down here and started being nice to people. And we assumed that they were friends when they were not. They came here through different portals and stuff like that. They even time traveled to show up as the Tamahu in ancient Egypt as well. That's why the ancient Egyptians talked about them, the people that came from the mountains. They came from portals. They're always coming from mountains. Notice that, people. Okay? All right? All right? Understand. We are not the same. Our carbon dated people, we are Anunnaki. All these other humans that are out here, they are orcs or spliced orcs humans. This is their connection. Okay? So I got some questions here. What's their connection with our world? They have no connection with our world, people. They have no connection with our world. Okay? Whether they're human, whether they're spliced orc, whether they're goblin, it doesn't matter. They have zero connection to our planet. That's why they're destroying this beautiful planet called Tiamat or Kai or Terra. They're destroying this planet as we speak. Search up cloud making machines. They don't even want the sun hitting the planet. The sun is an enemy to them, which means we're an enemy to them because we have a solar connection. We are the sun children of Ra. Tan. Do you understand that? They're letting you know who they are. They're letting you know. They know what's going on. A lot of them do. And they know what's going to happen when this energy hits on December the 21st. They know what's going to happen. Alright? We're going to talk about that a little later. Oops. Sorry about that. Mistakes happen. Alright, but as we proceed, who are they? The orcs. Who are they? They are basically an experiment. At the end of the day, they were an experiment created on Tamriel Nern. They're an experiment that was created. They're test tube babies. They don't have no real connection to nature. You know, they are a composite of different parts. They're 2% of our genetic. That's all they can handle. A bunch of animal DNA like pigs, you know, wild boars, wolves, dogs, monkeys, rhesus monkey, snub-nosed monkey, you know, bonobo chimp DNA, you know, chimpanzee DNA, fucking I don't know what else, parasites, water, a drop of Enki's blood was used, urine also, parasites were used, and some other creatures that were on their planet as well. Okay, yeah, so you know that's who they are. They are single-celled beings. You know, they are single-celled organisms. They are not complex like us. They can't do the things that we can do. All right, they're not organic machines like us. They are artificial. They are what you refer to as your they are an artificial intellect. You understand? All right, they are artificial. Okay, they were created in the lab. Okay, they don't have a mother. They wasn't created. They wasn't born. They were created. They wasn't born from the dark energy out there in the cosmos. They're not natural to our realm. Okay, they're not. Okay, there's many things they can't do. They have a lot of disadvantages, and that's why they keep on trying to do organ harvesting, to try to take our organs and all kind of shit, because they know. Okay, they know that this situation is going to get out of control soon, so they're trying to do whatever they possibly can. They're trying to run off the planet right now as we speak. Okay. All right, they know what's getting ready to happen. Now, understand, all right, this is not about so-called racism and none of this nonsense. We're so far past that on this channel, man. We're different. We're dealing with different species, and if you can't understand that, then you either this is not for you, and you're sticking around just for the sake of it, and you want to hear what's being said, or you're just not paying attention and you just want to start an argument for no reason. Who the hell told you we're all the same down here? That's a lie. Okay? And very soon y'all gonna see this for yourself. So, hey, we'll see who the liar is when the time comes. Y'all don't realize how dire this time frame is that we're in right now. All right. They are an artificial construct. They are beings that cannot learn without a higher intellect to teach them. Meaning when they came down here from all those spaceships and all that stuff that they had, when they brought it here, that didn't belong to them. They had help. In everything that these orcs did, they had help. Okay? They couldn't learn on their own. They couldn't learn on their own. They needed a higher intelligence to come and intervene, to try to lift them up and try to put them back into perspective. Okay? How do you know this? How about the Dark Ages with the so-called Moors? Remember the Moors? When we talked about how the Moors civilized them in Europe? Yeah, how do you think that happened? They fell off. See? They fell off. Right after so-called Rome, they fell off because they came through portals. That's what they were called, the Tamahu, the ones that came across the river, from the mountains. Okay? Because there's Stargate portals in those mountains, people. Caucasus Mountains, Mount Seir, and all these other mountains. They came, and as soon as their dynasty fell, they couldn't get back up again. We kept getting right back up. As you can see from ancient Egypt, then you got your Moors and all that. We just kept getting right back up. But the thing is that, see, the Moors, what people don't understand is that, I'm going to explain this. I'm going to explain this. Because this is important to know. The Moors had a spell placed on them to turn on their own people. And it was these spliced orcs that had help from these draconians to try to put these spells on our people. So the Moors started attacking their own at some point. See? The Moors started attacking their own at some point. Because the Moors came here through certain portals, through Stargate portals, because they were supposed to be a mixture of Pleiadian and Saturnarian DNA. Saturnarians or Saturnians are those jet black people from Saturn, and then you had some that mixed in with the Pleiadians. So we don't know how that happened, but we believe that the Saturnians had a spell placed on them. It's over now, but they had a spell placed on them, and then they ended up turning on their own people. See, there's a lot of things that is not known out there, but the spell has obviously worn off by now. But they had a spell placed on them, and the Moors started attacking their own people, and so it was out of their will. It was against their will to do that, the Moors are still our people, but I mean, damn, things got taken out of perspective when these people came and started placing spells all over the planet. That magnetosphere that's around our planet, the magnetosphere, or what protects the planet from the solar radiation, that's another spell that they placed on the planet, and they're being destroyed right now. Okay, all right. They place all kinds of spells on this planet. All right. So that way people won't know what the hell is going on. Okay? Alright, now understand. Now, see, these people fell and they had to be placed back up. These people were walking on all fours at one point. They degenerated. They went back into animal state. We had to pick their ass back up and tie 2x4s to them to teach them how to walk on two feet again. We had to literally teach them mathematics. We had to civilize them. Do you understand that? We literally had to civilize them because they were running around completely fucked up in the head, and the thing is this, they were in caves eating each other and doing all kind of crazy shit. We had to stop that shit. Okay? Because they were degenerating at some point. And then once we picked them back up, later on they try to attack the Moors and betray the Moors right after, it's crazy. Yeah, but at least the Moors, they attacked their own, but they attacked their own out of their own will. They had a curse placed on them or some kind of spell to make them go against their own. And then when the Moors picked them up after they degenerated in some type of way, then when they got back on their feet, then they attacked the Moors. After the Moors helped them attack our people in America also. Now, what do they want from us and our planet? What do they want from us? They want us to remain the same. They don't want these orcs, these spliced humans. They do not want us to remember who we used to be. They don't want us. This is why they inject you in the hospital when you're born. It even happened to me. I remember. I wasn't, it's like, hey, when you come out of your mother's womb, you're not even supposed to be who you are right now. You're supposed to be connected to your higher self because your higher self chose to come down here. So when they inject you in the hospital, you're going to forget your past life memories. You're going to forget everything. You got to start from scratch again. And then, to make matters worse, y'all drinking this fluoridated water and y'all not alkaline in the water. I'm going to make a video on alkaline diet for y'all to help y'all, some of y'all out that don't be knowing some things. See, you must understand. Yeah, I'm gonna make those kind of videos also. You know, for those of y'all that don't know about, you know, how to clean your water and how to go vegan. But listen, see, they have a vested interest in y'all. See, this is why a lot of y'all, when y'all born, y'all come out of your mother's womb, you know, your matrix mother, because she's not your real mom. You know, a lot of y'all don't even realize that this is the false construct. Okay, it's false. You know, half of y'all not even related to who y'all think y'all related to out here. But here's the thing. The reason why y'all born in these hospitals, and when y'all born in these hospitals, y'all coming back as your higher self, and then they inject y'all with this injection, this syringe in the hospital, and y'all end up getting y'all past life memories pushed into the back burner of your mind. That's for a reason. They don't want you guys tapping into serpent wisdom. They don't want you guys tapping into your ascended part of your DNA or your DEA. They don't want you guys tapping into your Kundalini. They don't want you guys eating right out here. That's why they pushing all these bad food and shit out here in these commercials with the meats and all this other stuff. See, they have a vested interest in keeping y'all away from yourselves. They don't want you to remember thyself. They don't want you to have knowledge of self. Just okay. And another question: the strong fear that they have of us figuring out who we are and what we are capable of. Yes, they have a very strong fear of us figuring out what we're capable of. I already know a lot of the things that I'm capable of, but a lot of people don't know what they're capable of. They don't even know who the hell they are. Okay? We're not all the same down here. I'm trying to tell y'all. They're very afraid of our carbon-dated people with the green veins in their bodies. See, green veins means, guess what? You have radioactive blood inside your body. Orcs have blue blood inside of them. They have blue blood inside of them. All orcs do. Okay? Alright? That's that artificial blood construct. That's that artificial blood. The reason why the blood turns red is because the oxygen and the hydrogen in the atmosphere, when it touches the blood, it instantaneously turns red. But when you go ahead and you put a machine inside somebody's body and you look into their veins and you see inside their body and stuff like that, you will see the color of their veins and the blood moving around. You will see the true color. My veins are green, which means I have green blood. That's radioactive blood of nature. Radioactive energy is a part of nature. Okay? Alright? That's that cosmic energy right there. What do they eat? What do orcs eat? They eat people. Plain and simple. They eat people, they eat flesh, they eat animals. Some of them will even eat each other if they have to. You've seen it in Lord of the Rings, how these orcs did each other when the time came. Okay, they eat mostly nothing but flesh. They eat some of the vegetation that's on their planet, but they can handle that vegetation because guess what? They have a low power energy moon and a low power energy sun on their planet. So they can handle the radiation that's going in the plants because it's not a high form of radiation. It's actually very, very weak. It's a very, very weak form of radiation. But even sometimes the radiation that's coming off of these suns, the sun on the planet, sometimes even that can be too much for them at times. So that's why they created those cloud creating machines, those cloud making machines that they got on our planet also. They planet's filled with the stuff. Okay? They do not want the sun touching their skin. Because they're constantly getting smitten by the sun every damn day. Okay? And they do not like it. Okay? Because they're realizing that the sun is killing them. Okay? Some of them also have this problem. A lot of these spliced orcs, these humans have a problem. A lot of their pale ones have a problem to where they can't even go in sunlight because it makes them feel like lava's being poured on their skin. They have to stay in the shade. They can't go out in sunlight. Yes, if you think it's bullshit, you can search this up. White girl saying she can't go out in the sun because she feels like she's dying when she goes out in the sun. This iron oxide that's going on in our planet is causing a problem for them to be able to breathe out here. But notice, we're fine, right? But they're starting to have problems breathing. I had one in Arkansas tell me this. She lives in Arkansas. She told me when she goes outside, when she's breathing, it's getting harder and harder for her to breathe. Listen to that. All right. All right. They don't want us figuring out how capable we are to become higher beings, because then it's over for them. We're gonna come after them. Why are we gonna let them keep ruling over us if we realize that we better than them? Literally, yes, better than them. Yes, because we were made by God or the Creator. They wasn't made by the Creator. They were created by one of His sons. And the thing is this: we wasn't created necessarily. We were born. We are natural. They are not. Okay? They were created in a lab, in a laboratory. Okay? Okay? What do you think this whole thing about Frankenstein and all this other shit, you know, Dr. Frankenstein and the Frankenstein monster and all this other shit, and then he turned on his own creator and tried to kill his own creator? Why do you think they made Frankenstein look green in those cartoons? Orc connection. The Orc connection. He go ahead and kill Orc or attack his own master after he created him. The same thing they did with Zeus or Enki. They tried to attack him. He just left. He was like, man, I could kill y'all if I wanted to, but you know what? Y'all some lawless children. Y'all crazy. Yeah. What planet do they come from? They come from Tamriel Nern, or planet Erd, or Nod, and stuff like that. They come from the Mundus galaxy, all right, in the Zeta universe. Okay, food on their world and our world, and the key fundamental differences between our food and theirs. Okay, basically, the food that's on their planet, they can handle it for the most part, because guess what? The food and vegetation on their planet, they can handle it for the most part. You know why? Because the sun is now beaming into the food. Okay, the food is not of a strong solar radiational connection. Okay, so they can eat that food. But when they come over here, where the food is highly radioactive, they can't eat that shit, because eventually when a lot of them try to go vegan, they can't, because they have sulfuric acid in their bodies, which means they have to eat meat. That acid in their stomachs was created to break down meat or flesh. Therefore, if they just go vegan, straight vegan, the radiation in the food, and there's no balance of meat, the meat gives them balance. It keeps them in balance. Because they don't have no meat in their system, guess what? That radiational food, because there's so much of it, is getting super concentrated, it starts to kill their body from the inside, causing all kinds of problems. And they start bleeding out blood and shitting out blood and coughing up blood, and they start to die because their body can't handle it. Period. So there you go. That's why they created the GMO food. That's why they created the GMOs, people. Okay? All right? They can't. The GMO don't come from nature. That's just created in a lab. It don't even have a seed. How the hell is it gonna be natural if it don't even have a seed? That's why I keep telling our people, stop eating the GMO food. A lot of that shit's got estrogen in it. A lot of you guys eating this shit, I don't even know y'all putting estrogen in your bodies. The GMO food is a no-no, man. Alright? Some of this stuff is getting injected with testosterone and shit like that. Some of these females eating this shit, they don't know why they feeling the way they feeling and all this other shit, because it's not natural. It was created in a laboratory, man. Alright? Anytime you see seedless grapes. So now you understand. See, that's the fundamental reason why they be bleeding out. See, the radiation, the light particle energy and the dark energy that's in our food, in our planet, is this highly radioactive food. And they need the GMOs to eat, to consume, because, you know, if they ate meat all freaking day and they ate nothing but meat in front of us, we'd know something's wrong. They need to camouflage in front of us and make it appear that they are like us in some kind of way, so we don't get suspicious and start thinking that, hey, there's something wrong with these people. All they do is eat meat and drink water. What the fuck? The fuck is going on? Yeah, see, we would know. They have to camouflage. They have to come off as one of us, so we won't get suspicious and start fighting with them. Okay? Alright? That's why the Orcs, they try to camouflage and talk about, whoa, we're all human, and it's the human race, and all this other bullshit, because they don't want you to figure out that we are not all the same down here, because that's going to cause a war, because we're going to realize they don't belong here. And now we know this. Now we know this. Our food on our planet is killing them. That's why they need the genetically modified organism, the genetically modified food, because they are genetically modified organisms themselves. They are fake people. They don't have no souls. They have spirits, though. And their spirit is dying off. And their spirits have an expiration date, unfortunately, for them. All right? I don't preach fucking hatred and none of this ignorant bullshit, but I do preach the truth. And we are not all the same down here, and y'all know what y'all are. All right? So that's it. All right? We're dealing with what's real and what's not. Okay? All right. All right. You know, looking at all these different questions. What's their connection with the day? With the day? Why do they? What is their connection with? Okay, I'm reading this right here. Oh, what is their connection with the dog? Why do they care so much? See, remember, these beings tried to domesticate the wolf and the wild boar and some other animals. Like the wild boar, the pig comes from the wild boar, like I told y'all before. The dog, the so-called domesticated dog, comes from the wolf. They are mutated versions of the original, which is the wolf and the wild boar. You have to understand they did this to other animals too. Like chickens don't even come from here, but they're here now. See, you gotta understand too. You have to understand. Their connection with the dog is this: they put a part of their human genetic, their spliced human genetic, they put it into a wolf and got a dog. That's why they feel like they have such a strong connection with the dog, is because the dog has a piece of them in there. And not only that, but some of them were made with dogs also. Some of them were made with wolf DNA also, and all kind of other. Wolf is a natural creature, yeah, but then they were spliced with wolf DNA, or genetic, and all kind of other shit. So they're artificial no matter what. And they feel like they have a connection with the dog. I mean, search up the cynocephaly. It's a man with dog fur all over his body. They call it werewolfism or some shit like that. Where you look like, like a Sasquatch or some shit like that. This is where you get your Sasquatch stories from, people. Search it up. I'm not even kidding around with you. Everything I'm saying is factual. Okay? What is it that they want to compare us to animals and call themselves superior? Yeah, they got this problem to where they want to look down on us and try to look at us like some type of way, try to look at us as inferior or some shit. This is where you get your little white supremacy from. It's because they know we're superior. They know we're superior, and they can't stand the fact that God made us different than them. Alright? They can't stand that shit. They can't stand that shit. You see it in all your sports, all your history, everything. Our history is greater than theirs. What they got that we don't have in our history. Exactly. Most of our history shit that they can't even fucking understand. They're still studying the pyramids to this very day. Okay? They can't understand us. And whatever an orc cannot understand, it must destroy. This is how they behave, man. Alright? They want to compare us to a monkey or an animal or some stupid shit. You know what's funny about that? None of us are born with tails. The hair that's on our body, that's not even fur. That's not even normal hair. It's called ether. Okay? Okay? It's an elemental form of hair. Okay? Alright? That don't come from no animal. There's no animal in nature that has an afro for hair. Okay? That's number 2. And number 3, we have thick, big, bodacious lips. What monkey on the planet has lips? No monkey on the planet has lips. They all carry a slit for a mouth. Look at a monkey. Look at a chimpanzee. Look at a gorilla. Look at all of them. None of them have lips. None of them. And look at all that hair on their body. We don't have hair like that. You see what our hair looks like. We have woolly hair. What monkey has woolly hair on their body? So obviously the monkey must be coming from you, as the orc man himself. You must be the real monkey man around here, because you're the only one who's born with a tail. They have videos on YouTube of white folks being born with tails, the tails moving around and wagging and shit. Alright? Alright, and am I trying to disrespect people, and am I trying to make you feel some type of way? This is science we talking about over here. Alright? Don't get it twisted. There ain't no racism over here. But we're going to keep it for real for what the fuck it is. Whether you like it or not. Shit. So basically when they do that and they trying to make you feel inferior, trying to attack you in some kind of way, they're doing that because they don't feel good about themselves inside internally. That's why they feel that they have to do that. They know what they're looking at. They just don't want you to know what they see. What they truly see. They hate you so much, but yet they want to be just like you. They want to be you. They know a lot of this information is coming out on the interweb. Why do they keep coming over here, yet they know that this information is not really for them? Just very small fragments of it's for them. But they keep coming back for more. Why is that? It's because they want to know what we know. They want to understand us. They're never going to be able to understand us. And come this time now, everybody gets what's coming to them. All right? Karma's got to happen. What is it that they want to compare? Yeah. And also this whole thing about them being superior, they know they're not. They just need you to believe that they are. They don't have no real power. This power that they have is not Lord ordained. It's not ordained. I mean, what? All the kings that came from our bloodlines literally came from the loins of the Creator. They're real kings. These guys can blow planets up. We're talking about planet busters over here. These are real kings. They were feared throughout the entire universe because they were supreme and they were mighty. So were their queens. All right? They were actually chosen by the Creator to be what they are. But these kings down here with these white folks and all them trying to be kings and all this other shit. The Lord never came from the heavens and said you're going to be king. No, y'all just coming up with your own bullshit. Because you want to be like us so bad. Y'all saw us being the first kings, and now y'all want to... Jesus Christ. Alright, look. Yeah, they have no connection to nature. That's why they're destroying nature. The deforestation, though. You saw what Jason Momoa said in that coronavirus video. We are a virus on the planet. Us as humans, we're a virus on the planet. Yes, y'all are. He's absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason Momoa, so-called Aquaman. He tried to tell y'all. The Mariana Trench is an entire island filled with plastics. This plastic shit is not even normal. All the shit y'all brought here ain't normal, man. Y'all eating certain sea creatures that were not meant for eating. Oh, man, you know. It's all kind of shit that y'all doing down here, man. Okay? I'm here to tell the truth. I'm not here to be biased with my own little so-called biased opinion and all that shit. I speak facts. And yes, some of this shit's gonna hurt you and it's gonna make you feel some kind of way if you're an orc or whatever, but just try to understand. This is for educational purposes. I'm not here trying to make people feel bad. That's the last thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be honest with your freaking ass. I'm trying to be honest with you. Okay? Alright? What you're looking at on screen is what your origin is, where you come from. You come from places like Skyrim, yes, Mordor. You come from these worlds, Nern and all that, you know, World of Warcraft, you know, Shrek and stuff like that. Y'all come from places like this, and y'all got other species that used to live alongside y'all, but a lot of these species didn't even want to fuck with y'all because y'all was too violent. And they saw what y'all did to Nern. Y'all tried to destroy your own home world, and y'all elders kicked y'all off the planet because they realized something was wrong with your ass. You understand? Why do they use portals instead of spaceships in most cases? Oh, alright. I'm going to tell you why. See, they wasn't created from the dark energy in the cosmos, which means what? They need certain type of special spacesuits to be able to get inside spaceships to do interstellar travel. Because if they don't, the dark energy is eventually going to seep into their spaceships and it's going to kill them. The dark energy is not no friend to them. That is why when they saw the Superman, the true Superman, a carbon-dated man, the Wonder Woman, the true Wonder Woman, a carbon-dated woman, and they saw, you know, Electro Man and all these other ones, the Hulk and all these other beings that they saw down here when they came with these spaceships, they called us the devil's children. The serpent seed, the serpent, the devil's children, the serpent children, the evil ones. They called us evil because they could not understand the dark energy. They couldn't understand it. They couldn't control it. They couldn't harness it because it's not a part of them. And if the dark energy starts touching them, it's going to kill them. They cannot become one with the dark energy because they don't come from dark energy. They're a test tube experiment. You don't have a clue. They're so afraid of the Superman, yo. That's why they had to put an orc man's face on there flying around. They ain't know that the Superman is a few of you brothers. It ain't all of you now. I'm not saying yes, all of you have special abilities. All of you guys have special abilities, but there are some of you out there that are real special, and you can become Superman. There are some of you. It ain't all of you. Believe me. It definitely ain't all of you. It's a specific few, and those are your so-called. Those are your gods. Your serpent blood. Yeah, man. It ain't no joke. They fear the Superman so freaking much you have no idea. They know Superman is the ultimate force to be reckoned with. They don't want nothing to do with that shit. That's why when they saw us come down and these looking like the gods and all this shit coming onto their planet to come talk to them and all kind of shit. They look at us in awe, and they want to be us, and they got this fucking problem, and they can't stand the fact that we're superior and all this other bullshit. We didn't choose this shit, it chose us. You think we're just coming out, oh, we're superior, haha. No, motherfucker. We didn't choose this. The Lord chose us to be what we are. We can't fight against what the fuck we are, stupid. We can't fight against what the fuck we are, but you want to hate us like we chose it. And like we chose you to be lesser than us. No, we didn't choose that either. Shit just happens in the universe. Don't you understand? Shit happens. Lord have mercy, man. Shit happens. Believe me, they're far more afraid of us than we are of them. Believe that. That's why they hate. That's why they hate. They fear the Superman so freaking much, man. Because they know that comes from the serpent blood, the God blood. That's why they, like I said before, they called us the serpent children. They called us the serpent seed, the evil serpent blooded ones, the evil ones. You know, they try to make the serpent look evil in the Bible, and they do all kind of shit because they don't want y'all tapping into your kundalini. They don't want y'all tapping into that partial piece of higher dimensional blood that y'all got from y'all creator. They don't want y'all tapping into shit. They don't want y'all knowing who the hell y'all are out here. When we talk about the serpent blood is dealing with with all the angels, all of them. Okay, now, they all have a partial piece of serpent blood within. All right, but when we talk about the true serpent blooded ones, those are your gods. And this is where they talk about Superman is godlike and he's so powerful and all that because he's supposed to be a god for real. You understand? You understand? And notice the Batman's always next to him because he's the darkness. He's the darkness. Notice that he's the darkness. The darkness with the God. They're always next to each other. They want to show you them fighting against each other, but when they unite, they're the most powerful force, ain't they? Batman and Superman. They're always the most powerful force when they work together, right? Because that's how it's supposed to be. The dark energy is supposed to work with the God. It was made for the gods and the gods' children. You know? Are all orcs evil? No. Straight up. No. Not every single one is going to be evil. You have some that have a more kind, gentler nature to them. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay? Alright, but the blood and the genetic is still infected. There's too many of them that's evil with this evil hate shit, and they want to destroy the earth, and they're not going to fight against some of them are going to fight against each other. Hey, when they came to this planet here, they were fighting against each other, so some of them knew what the fuck was going on was wrong, what they was doing. Like, not every single orc is going to be bad. We got orcs watching this, spliced orcs watching this channel right now, and I bet you some of them are some damn good people too. They don't want to deal with this bullshit. They didn't ask to be here. George Washington and all these stupid motherfuckers that came off these spaceships brought them here. They brought their bloodline over here. And because they're a part of the bloodline, they got to get what's coming. Because they got to get the punishment of these presidents that were here, you know. They want to put their face in Mount Rushmore and all this other bullshit because they want to feel like they got ownership over some shit. Bunch of fucking cretins. You know, and I know... You know, a lot of these humans, you know, your Caucasians and your Arabs and Chinese and all these other ones, I know they don't want, I know a lot of them don't want nothing to do with this shit. And I'm trying to tell you, I get it. No, I can actually sympathize, man. I get it. You don't want to deal with this bullshit. You'd rather be back on your planet and not having to deal with this bullshit. Hey, man, I'm right there with you. I totally understand. Because now some awful shit's coming and you're going to have to see this shit. Other creatures on their planet, their connection to them, how do they feel and treat each other? Well, most elves don't get along with ogres. Most elves don't get along with ogres. They actually try to stay as far away from ogres, and when ogres come around, they start shooting arrows at them and doing all kind of magical spells and shit like that. Ogres and elves don't get along. Okay? And because spliced orcs are part ogre, how you think the elves are going to feel with a spliced orc running around? They saw what y'all did to the Nern. They saw what y'all did to the planet. So much so that y'all had to get kicked off by your own elders. The elves don't like you. Okay? The elves do not like you. They don't. Alright? And then you spliced orcs, y'all treat your own ogre brethren. Y'all treat your own ogre brethren really badly. And then the ogres are cursed. You know, they can't work together to, you know, they usually can't work together to build anything. You know, they can only come together for war. That's it. And because you guys are more advanced orcs, you guys can actually work together for a common goal. To live together in a common cause. But there's always going to be one of you that's in the group that's going to venture off and go do some crazy ass outlandish shit. Because that's how these white boys be. They can never stay real calm for a long period of time. They got to go walk off a plank or do something that's going to be death-defying or put their life at risk or some shit. You know, because that's how a lot of them be. I be seeing it the whole time. I'm like, why this white boy trying to risk his life to just do some stupid ass stunt on a skateboard? Why he's doing this? And I look at this shit, I'm like, nah, this dude is bugging, bruh. So, hey, man, you know, it is what it is. That mentality right there, they want to become Tony Hawk or some shit. I can imagine how much Tony Hawk used to bust his ass doing all those moves. You know? You know? Could have killed himself doing all those crazy ass moves. But hey, you know, practice makes perfect, I guess. It's always good to have a dream. What are they currently seeing in our galaxy right now? Yeah, the NASA, never a straight answer. NASA and Elon Musk and all these other boys and all them. You know? They seeing what's going on in our galaxy right now. They seeing that there's other places in our galaxy right now. They seeing that there's other suns. There's a sun in Mexico right now. There's a sun in Antarctica right now. We got Rotan out here. We got Nibiru in California. That's where those California fires are coming from. Now you're getting fires in other places also. It's starting to spread. Those fires can't be stopped. Yeah, they're seeing all these four suns. These four suns are going to impact the planet, and the shift is going to happen on December the 21st. They don't know much, so they teach lies. Yeah, they don't know much, so they teach lies, man. They don't know much, so they teach lies, and they expect us to believe this shit. The ogre, a description of an ogre: greenish brown skin, fang-like teeth coming out the side of their mouth, and they're very large fang-like teeth. They look like canines, but they're real large and pointed. They're coming off the side of their teeth. Large, muscular structure, pointed ears in some cases. The eyes, you could see it, aggression in the eyes. Smell real bad. You know, they hang out in dirty places. You saw the movie Shrek. You know, they hang out in dirty places a lot of the time. Not all of them do, but a lot of them do. You know, they wear armor, battle armor on their bodies. They have a lot of piercings, and you know, some have earrings, some of them have long hair, some don't. You know, some carry 4 fingers, some carry 5. Some even carry 6 fingers. That's what I was told. I don't know how true that is, but some carry 6 fingers. Some even carry 3 fingers, depending on the situation. You know, but the mass majority of them carry 5 fingers. You know, they're you know, like they're how you say? You know, they're extremely aggressive. You know, their eyes can range from different colors. You know, all right. You know, their eyes, some of their eyes, you know, the white part of the eyes, you know, the white surrounding area of the eyeball. Sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's like dark brown. You know, their eyes, some of them, their eyes can be somewhat yellow, you know, in some cases. You know, some of them, their eyes are red, you know, their eye is red. You know, some of them, their eyes is like they have like some type of like organ around the eye, where the eye is almost like, how you say, the eye is almost protected. You know, some of them have like the full eye is completely like dark in some cases. You know, and in some cases, you know, they have very jagged teeth. Some of them are pale even. You know, they're you know, their bodies, you know, these orcs, man, like I'm telling you, these orc creatures, man, they're extremely violent. They can't get along. You know, they wear a lot of tusks, horns from other animals on their body. I mean, look at the game called Raid Shadow Legends. You see them wearing all kinds of body armor because they're always in a constant state of war. You know, hence the game called World of Warcraft, you know? It's a world where all they craft is nothing but war. There's very little times of peace on their planet. You know, they have straight hair like the orcs down here on the planet. They have straight hair like them, you know. You know, some of them look more humanoid than others. Some look more beastly. You know, they're women. You know, they're orc women. You know, the ogre women. You know, some can be physically attractive and some are very, very hideous. You know, it just depends on the genetic and which one you're dealing with. You know, but in most cases they're hideous. In most cases, you know, because depending upon the genetic code, they may look more humanoid than others. You know what I'm saying? Because of course you had genetic splicing going on. Skyrim, Shrek, World of Warcraft, all these references. You know, your little Skyrim, your Elder Scrolls, all this stuff that they've been showing you guys on these games and TV and all this other stuff, all these RPGs and stuff like that. All those worlds exist. All that stuff in those worlds exists also. How will they end up in the end of this situation on our planet? They're gonna have to pay the price for what they did, genociding the Tasmanians. See, yeah, man. Gotta understand. You have to understand. How will they end up in the end of all this? Because they killed off the Tasmanians, they killed off a lot of these Aborigines in Australia. They killed off a lot of the indigenous Inca. They enslaved the so-called African American people who are truly the Atlanteans. They ran around the entire planet subjugating original people. The Insectilians told the Asians to go to that part of the land of Asia and subjugate the carbon-dated people that are the true Chinese people that are you called Negritos today. They're being treated like shit over there. They took over that what doesn't belong to them. All the resources on the planet that they've used up, everything. They genocided certain groups of our people, and now they're starting to come out the water. Now you saw what Remedy H put up on his channel, on the community section. You see these spirits of our dead fallen that came from slavery and all this other shit that are coming back now out of the ocean waters and shit like this now. And people starting to freak out seeing this shit now. I'm telling you, man, y'all don't understand. Y'all, listen, judgment is upon this planet. Judgment is here now. Y'all about to see now. Y'all about to see. Zero connection with nature, people. Zero freaking connection with nature. Beings of nature wouldn't be chopping all these trees down, killing up all these animals, spraying pesticides on the food and all this other shit. Man, y'all doing too much. Y'all wearing sunscreen. Y'all going to freaking beaches and the coral reefs are all destroyed. The water's destroyed. Some of these fishes are dying because of all this damn chemical y'all putting on your bodies. And man, everything y'all touch, y'all destroy, man. The things orcs are doing down here on the planet, man. Tiamat. The things y'all doing down here, y'all going too far. Not all you orcs are evil. Even I know that. But damn it, you all come from a corrupted bloodline of people that came down here and did some horrible shit. That's why they showed you guys that movie called Avatar with those blue-skinned, Na'vi, cat-looking feline people. Look at what the humans did when they went to their world. They tried to infiltrate them. And then they destroyed all the trees. They destroyed everything. They destroyed nature. They destroyed the grandmother tree that they had on the planet. We have one of those here too. That's why they keep chopping down all the trees. Because some of these trees were able to push our souls beyond and above the fifth dimension. Those trees were used to power up our souls to shoot them out of here. Same thing the pyramids did. Same thing the obelisks were used for. Them shits were those cosmic tools were used to push our spirits, our fiery pyro-like spirits, out into the cosmos to get back to where we came from, where we truly came from, our true origin. To get to Nibiru and all these other places above and beyond the fifth. You understand that? They chopped down these trees because these trees were extremely powerful. They were extremely spiritual. And we used to connect to these trees. Some of our people came directly from the trees. That the trees created some of our people. Not all of us, but some of us, yeah. We had so much shit on this planet. And now people don't even realize this, but the planet is already in the fifth dimension now. I told you we was going past the fourth. Now we're going in the fifth. But here's the thing: too many of you are spiritually unconscious, so you can't see what's going on in the fourth. You can't go see what's going on in the fifth. But the thing is, the third and the fourth are going to slap together, and you're right then and there. Y'all going to go right past four into fifth, to where your consciousness will go into the fourth and into the fifth, and then beyond. Because that's what's supposed to happen. See, the planet is already in the fifth dimensional state of things. Now we're going to get carried over into those dimensional planes of existence. Does that make sense? And we're going to see all those beautiful things that were a part of this planet, and still are a part of this planet. Y'all just can't see it. Y'all too low dimensionally. Anything they cannot understand, they must destroy. It's how they were made by the way of their creation. Yeah, anything they can't destroy. So yeah, so all you albinos that's a part of our genetic, that look like you're Caucasian or something, and you're not. You're a part of our genetic. Know this: you may appear to look like them, but when this energy hits, you're going to see the massive difference between you and them. You are a radioactive being, and they have no connection to that kind of energy whatsoever. You have a soul, they don't. You got all kind of shit going on with you inside your genetic that they don't have. You may look like them physically because you're albino like them, but don't get it twisted. You're not one of them. If you have green veins if you put pressure, extreme pressure on your wrists for long periods of time, and you see that green color in your veins, or if you may have it like blue and green mixed, the green blood neutralizes the blue blood, because the green blood is the blood of nature. It's that's that plant-based blood. That's that radioactive, radiation-based blood. You understand that? So you may be somewhat mixed down here, but if you have a part of us within you, you're gonna shift when this thing come now. And a lot of you ones that's like mixed with their genetic, that genetic is gonna be torn apart. The orc genetic is gonna be torn apart. The true spirit gonna come out. You understand? There's a lot of things that y'all don't understand, man. I'm trying to explain this to y'all. Okay? Alright? Just letting y'all know. Because there's some of you that's mixed down here and don't even know. Yeah, that orc genetic is not going to last. We're going to remove that also. Alright? Why do they keep killing our people every week? Hey, man. The way they see it, if they can keep us in a state of fear, we won't fight back. Basically, simple as that. They want you to feel inferior. They are single-celled organisms, and they are not complex. This is true. How do they treat each other? Oh, orcs, they very much have beef with one another. The only reason why they ain't infighting with each other as much is because they have one enemy. They all have a similar enemy to focus on, us. So instead of fighting with each other, they focus on us. But if on Nern, they were fighting each other. You heard when they destroyed the planet, they were fighting against each other. When they came here, they were fighting against each other. See, they're the type of people, they'll kill each other off eventually. Over time, they'll eventually end up killing each other off. Because they don't have no equilibrium with shit, not even their own people. Different breeds of orcs got different beefs with other breeds of orcs. It's just how things are. They fear knowledge of self. This is true. And all these genetic disorders that's in their body, like, you see these white guys losing hair in the middle of their head. They can't grow no hair. All this cancer, all this osteoporosis, the bones getting weak and shit, getting brittle. Growing all this hair all over their body. Being born with more than 5 fingers. You got an extra finger that don't got no use. The tails, they be born with tails and shit like that. You see these people in India and stuff like that. They be having all kind of disorders, man. Some of them, the animal genetic is so active inside of them that they want to run around and eat people. Look at that Asian dude that was in Africa in some of those rainforests, and he wanted to He took 3 African men that were his guides or whatever, and believe it or not, he brought food with him, and he poisoned the food, and he gave it to the black guys that were there with him, and they ate the food, and they ended up falling asleep because he drugged the food, and then he ended up chopping up their bodies and then eating them. Look at how fucking twisted these motherfuckers are. He chopped them up and ate them, and then they put this motherfucker behind prison bars because this motherfucker's crazy. They do that kind of shit because they know that our genetic is to live forever, and they want to live forever. So they feel like if they could put up the us inside their bodies, that they could survive forever. It doesn't work like that, stupid. It doesn't work like that. Alright? And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about immortality and stuff like that, and dealing with these orcs and all this other stuff, and us, dealing with us as well in other situations. I hope you guys like this video, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Serious in the Temple, and I'm out. And we'll have another video out very soon. Thanks for watching.